Cheers, I do, buckaroos. How the heck are you? Well, it's that time of the year again, I suppose. This is my first pumpkin of the season. Pumpkin ale. Easy drinking pumpkin spiced ale, malty. Ale brewed with spices. It is 6%. They don't give IBUs. This is an Aldi beer, so let me be clear about that to start with. However, even though these beers tend to get a bad name, they're typically brewed by some of your biggest name craft breweries, and they're actually the exact same beer that you're paying, $3 to $4 more a six pack for. So, anyways, having said that, this one is brewed and bottled in a name I can't pronounce, Wisconsin. So that ought to give it away a little bit. I do some, yeah, look it up on the internet. You're gonna figure that out. Anyway, anyway, it's not gonna be hard. Trust me. I'm just not gonna give it to you. Anyway. Well, I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record, but yeah, I mean, for me, these beers are, six one, half dozen of the other. I mean, there are some differences. I'm not saying they're all the same. Other than, I mean, your flavors and aromas are going to be very similar. Some are a little sweeter, some are a little maltier, some are a little spicier. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you can't reinvent the wheel here. And having said all that, this one is very, very, very sweet on the nose. It does have some nice spice. Again, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, allspice, all the usual suspects. You might find some ginger in there as well. But I get a lot of sugar on the nose, a lot of sweetness on the nose, maybe just a hint of maple. Wow. Yeah, it ain't bad. But here's the thing. Here's my disclaimer here, or the caveat, if you will, is yeah, it isn't bad, but it is very sweet. Some of these aren't quite as sweet as this one. For me, this is a dessert beer. This is one I would have with my pumpkin pie. Or maybe in lieu of a pumpkin pie. Yeah, because it's very sweet, man. It's incredibly sweet. The finish is nice, but it doesn't quite quell all of the sweetness. It is very sweet, but you do get some spice notes in the finish. Again, cinnamon, clove, allspice, nutmeg, all the usual suspects. Yeah, for me, I get a lot of cinnamon, clove, and allspice, but a little bit of nutmeg in there as well. It's not the worst of the style I've ever had. It's not the best. But then again, I mean, you got to take that with a grain of salt because it's really up to your taste buds. Some folks like them sweeter. I just, in my old age, the sweeter things kind of get to me. So I don't like things as sweet as I once did. So for me, it's very much on the sweet side. So what's one reason I hate lists, right, or hate ranking beers, because it really kind of depends on your mood at any given moment, doesn't it? At one moment you may love the beer, another day you feel a different way, you may not like it as much. If you're asking me the quality, I think it's a quality pumpkin ale. I think it's put together well. I also think it's very, very sweet. So, again, where you rank this or where your favorability towards this is really going to depend on how sweet you like your pumpkin ales. For me, this one is very, very sweet. Some caramel notes. I guess I should put a finer point on some of these flavors. So just saying sweet. Yeah, I feel like I got just a hint of maple, but yeah, there's a lot of caramel going on. And it tries to clean up, but you do have some lingering sweetness. So the issue of this one for me is it is very sweet. But I think a lot of folks are going to like it that way. I just don't like it as sweet as some. So there you go. That's why I hate rankings, right? I hate rankings, I hate grades, I hate numbers, because, you know, we all see things just a little bit different. Everybody's taste buds a little different. Some people want it sweeter, some not as much. And then again, like I said earlier, sometimes it just depends on the day, right? A certain day you're in a certain mood, you know, you may feel a little bit different. I will say that I do like the spice notes. I like the balance of the spice notes. I'm feeling some cinnamon, some allspice, some clove, some nutmeg, but it feels like it feels like they're balanced. I'm not getting sharp notes here, sharp notes there. It all comes together right where it ought to. And just as, you know, biting into a pumpkin pie, you feel the spice notes all together. I'm not saying I feel, you know, I feel them all the same way. I do feel the cinnamon a little more. I do feel the allspice a little more, but it hits you all at the same place on the palate. So there you go. Anyways, and hey man, first pumpkin beer of this season. My first beer of the night, believe it or not. Most people don't believe me when I say that, but I've come to understand that by now. I am John the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Cheers, guys.